welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, joined by Nick beside me, and we now have occupancy as well down below here. We have a good slate here. If you missed it, we did do the baseball show at 3:30. If you're looking for it, for some reason with YouTube, I don't know why it happens, but for some reason it doesn't show on the upload screen. So if you go into MLB playlists, you'll be able to find today's MLB show. But this is the hockey show, and we are just going to go right into it here and start with the first game. Montreal is in New Jersey, plus 130 for the Canadiens, minus 154 for the Devils, total 6.5 in this one. Montreal 2-4-2 in their last 8, 4 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6 in their last 7. 3 of 8 went to overtime. The Devils 1-5-1 in their last 7, 8 over, 3 under, 2 of 7 went to overtime. Montreal horrible on the road. The Devils even 16-16-4 at home. The Devils are also 4-0-1 in their last 5 at home against Montreal. 4 over, 2 under, 5 of 9 went to overtime in this one. I wasn't able to get to goalie stats. That's why I only have these stats up here. It was a busy day, especially with baseball and everything here. So I haven't even looked at who's starting. I'll pull that up now. See if we have anything for this one.
I believe it's Hammond. Yeah.
Hammond is playing. Nobody confirmed for Montreal, but it'll most likely be Jake Allen once again.
Yeah.
But news on the Montreal front. Carey Price is apparently practicing and is going to play in a game sometime this season, from what I hear. He is going to be returning at some point, so that's interesting, I guess. In this one here, Montreal versus New Jersey, I'm on the over here, but I got it at minus 121 last night, the 6.5, and now it's minus 140. So definitely other people are agreeing with me here on the over. These teams are scoring a lot. As I've heard on other shows and as a lot of people have said, how motivated are these teams going to be to block shots at this point? Not very motivated. So I like the over here. Occupancy, welcome on in. We'll let you go first. What do you think here, Canadiens and Devils?
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so, I mean, when you look at this game, the stats that I'm just looking at right now, our Montreal has shot the puck 30, 31, 32 times in their last 3 and allowed 32, 41, 44. So those are consistently high, as we see in the 30s and 40s sometimes. So if you take that into account and you're looking for some shot props here, I mean, I would be leaning towards both sides here. And you can check out the prices. One that stuck out to me was Dawson Mercer for over 1.5 at even money. And then I think that's a decent look. And then with regards to this game, as a lot of people say in this space, it's they're playing for exercise. So not really looking to a side. I'd be keeping an eye out for a total if it starts slow, and then that's it for me.
All right, Nick, Canadiens and Devils.
Yeah, this is a spot here where I got this over last night at like minus 115, I want to say. This is one of those things where you got if you see a line like this last night, I got 6.5 at minus 115. As you mentioned, it's up to minus 140 now for the over, minus 135 on Bovada here. And yeah, you're going to notice that with some teams where when they're sailing over, especially with these teams that have really nothing to play for. And we've seen this with both these teams. And Montreal has finally become Montreal again, where they're losing games. They've lost 7 of their last 10. They've given up at least 3 goals in 8 of their last 10. They're not a good team defensively. They've given up at least 3 expected goals in 7 straight. On the other side, New Jersey struggle as well, at least 3 goals against in 9 of their last 10 games. Their expected goal numbers, 7 of the last 10, they've given up at least 3. I like over in this game as well. Yeah, overnight CLVs, those are very, very important there. That's half the battle at sports betting, is getting the right number, getting the right line. And if you're going to play this game, hope there's no goal in the first 4 minutes and maybe get 6.5 at -120, -115. But I'm going to stick with my over 6.5. I lean towards the Devils, I want to say, at home here to break the losing streak. They've lost 4 straight, but I'm not touching a side with these two teams skating for exercise. So, and also Jack Hughes being out is going to really hurt this New Jersey team. And I believe Igor Saragovich is going to be out as well, if I heard right. So definitely a beat up Devils team. So don't really want anything to do with the side. I'm just expecting goals.
I'm right there with you. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'll let the phone ring here. Because I don't want to answer it while obviously I'm on. Sorry, guys. Yes, what Nick said about waiting a few minutes and then live betting and over, that is exactly what I'm going to do in another game, which we'll get to here shortly. Let's jump right into the second one of the night here. Nashville is.
And Sharon Govich will be in the lineup. I just looked at that. I thought there was a chance he was not going to be in. He is going to be in. My bad.
Oh, okay. But without Jack Hughes for the rest of the season, I will have no interest in the Devils whatsoever going forward. But I have no interest in Montreal either. So over. Let us see some goals. If it can start off like the Tampa game yesterday, obviously my best bet yesterday, the Tampa Washington over. And as soon as I turned and looked at my phone, it was 2-1, and I'm like, that's a great start. But we'll jump into this one here. Nashville -172, Ottawa +144, a total of 6 in this one. As you can see here, these teams are going over, and they went over a lot in the past. So Nashville 5-3 in their last 8 games, 8 over, 1 under in the last 9. Ottawa 4-1-1 in their last 6. 5 over, 1 under. Ottawa 5-1-3 in the last 9 at home against Nashville. 8 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. 6 of 9 went to overtime. These two teams have gone to overtime a lot when they face each other. Basically, I'm doing what the stats are telling me here. I'm taking the draw and I'm taking the over. I got the over 6 -122. I don't know why it's a 6 and not a 6.5 here. These teams are soaring over right now. They soared over against each other in the past. I don't know why it's a 6 here. And I also got the draw at +340. And to clarify, I am also in the draw +380 in the Montreal, New Jersey game, which I forgot to mention. Both quarter unit plays in the draws. I go pretty small with the draws. But I like it here as well, this one and over. Nick, what do you think here? Preds and Sens.
Yeah, I did a free pick video over on ESP for this game last night. I really like a side in this game. I like a total in this game as well. I do like the over 6 in this spot. I expect goals from these two teams. Nashville, I don't trust defensively. And last game, if it wasn't for UC Saros, the Wild would have lit them up. The Wild had 5.48 expected goals against, but UC Saros equals good at hockey, and they only scored 2. I don't expect another game like that, and that game still went over the total. 8 of the last 10 for Nashville have gone over in general and expected goals-wise. 5 straight for Ottawa has gone over expected goals-wise. 5 of the last 6 has gone over for actual games. Roman Josi, I love Roman Josi since my DFS days. I don't know why he's not on the top of the Norris standings right now. This guy's having a career year. But I like Ottawa in this game. I think this is a weird spot for Nashville. They're coming off that big win against Minnesota, 6-2 in their last game. And they got Florida and Pittsburgh on deck. And then they have this weird Ottawa game in the middle of it. And then Ottawa's been playing better hockey as of late, and it makes sense. They got Drake Batherson back in the lineup. He's been doing well. Josh Norris has looked really good. I'll probably look at a goal scorer prop for him. He had a hattie the other day. They've won 3 straight games by 3 goals each. Granted, it was against Montreal and Detroit twice, but this team is starting to play better hockey. They're playing with some confidence, and I think that's a nice spot there for them here. Potential look ahead for the Preds. I don't trust the Predators defensively, so I think the Ottawa Senators can put up about like 3 or 4 goals up on Preds tonight. So I like the Sens in this game. I got that at +160. This line's dropped even more, and I like the over 6 in this one as well.
All right. Well, give us a 3-3 overtime game, and the Sens win. And both of us will be really happy. Occupancy, Preds and Sens. What do you think here?
Yeah, Nick has it here. There's no reason to trust the Nashville defense. An interesting stat that popped out to me is that in the last 3 games, Nashville's let up a total of 121 shots, which you can do your averages. 120 divided by 3 is a lot, and it's too many. So they're not playing good defense, and there's got to be a statistical way to capitalize on that. And if you're offering me 28.5 for minus 120, it seems like pretty reasonable to get that. That's the way I'm looking for Saros. Equals good at hockey, agreed as well there. Not really looking for a side here. The team who needs the points. We're not, Nashville runs into these weird spots with the Buffalo game, the Philly game with Giroux and all this stuff. So Nashville continues to run into weird spots. So I could totally see them not coming away with a 2, but I could see them getting to OT and 1. So not really looking to side, but I am going to play that Saros play.
All right. We'll jump right in. Skipped a game. Sorry. Philly is in Columbus here. Plus 114 for the Flyers, minus 134 for the Blue Jackets. A total 6.5 in this one. I got burned taking the over when these two teams faced on their last game. Both teams are still soaring over with the stats. Philly 6-1-1 to the over in their last 8, 1-5 in Philly's last 6 games. Columbus 1-4-3, 6 over, 2 under, 2 landed on 6. But when Philadelphia goes to Columbus, Columbus is 7-1-2, 3 over, 7 under. 7 out of 10 went to overtime. 7 out of 10, 70% of the last 10 games. That is a crazy high number. So I do not have the draw put down as bet yet, but I'm going to be betting it as soon as the show is over. I would lean towards the over as well, but especially after these two teams going under their last game, I would expect it to go, or I would predict it to go over. But it scares me. The 3-7. These two teams have gone under when they face each other. So I want to talk anybody off Columbus, but minus 134. Don't really want to back the Blue Jays. I don't really want to back the Blue Jackets at that price. So this one is going to be just a draw for me, quarter unit play. Nick, what do you think here? Flyers and Columbus.
I want absolutely nothing to do with this game. These are two teams that I'm not trying to put any type of money on. It's a lean towards a 6.5 for me, the under 6.5 in this game for me. Until I saw Martin Jones in net, I'm not trying to bet an under with beach ball in the in between the pipes. So this was a plain and simple pass for me. I got nothing for this game.
All right, very nice, Toby. Very nice. That's very nice. Occupancy. What do you think here? Blue Jackets and Flyers.
Yeah, I mean, you're telling me I have to pay minus 135 for a team like Columbus. I'm not going to do it. They're good as the dog, but as this, it's just not a place I want to look. The stats also don't lie. Columbus has let up 49, 37, 42 shots in their last 3. That's a lot. Merzlikins, is he confirmed? They're showing him on Bovada.
Merzlikins versus Jones.
Yeah, so that
Merzlikins is going to get a bunch of starts down the stretch. By the way, he's going to be the main guy.
Yeah, and I think that's good for the team moving forward, and I think he should get the work. And if Philly wants to take this 1-1 split, right, because they lost the last matchup, they're going to try to score the goals, and they're going to throw the rubber towards the net. And I think 28.5 at minus 115 for Elvis is going to make my card. I'm liking these 28.5s. I think, use your units appropriately, and you'll hit at least one, I think, between him and Saros and maybe some others down the line. And then with their guards, I agree with pretty much what Terry and Nick are saying here.
All right. We'll jump right into the next one here. Pittsburgh minus 118 are in New York facing the Rangers plus 100. Total 5.5 in this one. Let me bring it up here. Pittsburgh 2-4-1 in their last 7. Not doing too well, but they did just come off 2 games versus the Avalanche, so I guess you can take that what it is. 4 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. The Rangers 5-1-1 in their last 7. 3 over, 3 under, 1 landed on 6. Pretty even records. Penguins on the road, Rangers at home. The Rangers 4-1-1 in the last 6 at home against Pittsburgh. 3 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. 4 of 10 went to overtime. I'm on the Rangers here. I got it last night actually at minus 104. Now it's plus 100. And you know what that means. The rule of the show for Dog of the Day is they have to be at plus 100. The Rangers are. So you can probably guess what my Dog of the Day is going to be. But I like the Rangers here. They just have success against this Pittsburgh team, and I don't like the way Pittsburgh's playing. But now because I like the Rangers, Pittsburgh is going to come out and play amazing tonight. So we'll see what happens. Nick, Penguins and Rangers, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm on the same side there. I do like the New York Rangers in this spot. Pittsburgh's defense has not been very good lately. They've given up at least 3 goals in 4 straight games and 6 of the last 7. So defensively, they have not looked good. And I think it was very impressive the last game. The Rangers only gave up 1 goal, even with Alexander Georgiev in net. And we know that this team generally struggles when it's not Shesterkin. And seeing something like that, I like the Rangers a lot more now after the trade deadline. I didn't like them because earlier in the season because their 5-on-5 always struggled. But since the trade deadline, they definitely addressed those problems. I like the moves they did made. Andrew Kopp was a great addition to this team. I think the Rangers take care of business in this one. They're playing the better hockey right now. They did snap that 2-game skid where they lost to the Islanders and the Flyers with that nice win over the Devils. I think they continue that today. Give me the better goalie. Give me the better playing team. Now I'll pick them. I got it, unfortunately, at minus 115 last night. Give me the home team here. With the overall advantages in a lot of different categories. So I like the Rangers in this spot.
All right. Liam says Pittsburgh revenge party, and IceX says double revenge game for the Penguins. The thing that I have to say about that, though, is the second game after. So Rangers smashed Penguins the first meeting of the year was the Penguins won. But the most recent, there were 2 meetings. Rangers won. And the next game was supposed to be a Pittsburgh revenge spot, but Rangers won that one as well. So
yeah, and then one more thing with this game, with the Rangers win, and if Carolina loses to Buffalo tonight, the Rangers and the Hurricanes are tied at the top of the Metro Division at 98 points.
So the Rangers are definitely motivated.
Yeah, they
Jay
are.
Shank wants to know about the over/under in this one. I can't help you there. Nick, do you have any thoughts?
I lean over, I guess, but I don't want to bet an over with Shesterkin in that. He's definitely not an over goalie.
Sometimes he's been kind of iffy lately, but yeah, most of the part.
The Rangers have been scoring goals. I would lean more towards a Rangers team total rather than a full game over.
All right.
That's what I would say.
Dana says 4-1 or 3-2 written all over it.
I can see that, yeah.
Liam likes the under. Occupancy, what do you think in this game? Penguins and Rangers.
Yeah, look, let's be real here. You guys are both correct on the side, in my opinion. I don't know what the problem is with Pittsburgh right now, but there is one. And the Avalanche found it twice. The Rangers found it twice. Whatever I don't watch Pittsburgh games, but whatever the problem is, the teams are finding it. And that's not good for a team down the stretch. So it's absolutely, that's the side I'm looking. The only thing Pittsburgh's been doing well is putting shots on goal. We have 45, 40, and 39 in their last 3. That's a lot. That's a high number. So when I look at that, I go to, Shesterkin saves, and they're not, they didn't list the line yet because it's probably one of those lines that gets hammered by everybody. So where I'm just going to keep refreshing the page and waiting for his line to come out, to be honest here. If it's at like 28.5 or 30.5 or 31.5, I'm probably still going to end up with a quarter unit on that. I think the three I said before, Shesterkin gets those saves tonight, especially if Pittsburgh's going to come out and try to win the game. As you said, there's implications there. And then, if you really, really like the Rangers, go plus 130 in reg. But I don't like them that much. But yeah, it is what it is.
All right, yeah, about Shesterkin. So yesterday, so Goalie Post is the site I use most of the time. It says Shesterkin was the first goalie off the ice today, which was yesterday, which usually is a sign of being tomorrow's starter. He flipped the net over on his way off, and Chris Kreider went over and playfully kicked it. So whatever that means, I don't know. But
I did not see that.
Shesterkin is projected here. It is Jari and net for the Penguins.
Yeah.
We will jump on along, Nick. I know you have to go shortly, so I guess
Yep.
This will be your final game. And what a good one it is to talk about. The Sabres plus 315 are in Carolina, minus 405, total of 6.5 in this one. Tim and Nick will be at this game tonight.
Yep.
So definitely have fun. I'll quickly break down it here. Buffalo 3-1-1 in their last 5, 6 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. Canes 3-2-1, 4 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. The Canes have won 6 in a row at home against Buffalo, 3 over, 2 landed on 6. No games went to overtime in this one. Buffalo obviously got the win on the last meeting, their last game in Buffalo against Carolina. My instinct here is that Carolina smashes the Sabres, but there's no value in betting it. So this game is a complete pass for me right now. However, I'm going to wait a few minutes into the first period, like Nick said earlier. This is one that I'm going to look at about getting the total live. So I don't want the 6.5. So I'm hoping we have kind of a slow start. Carolina has been known to play well in the first period. So I'm hoping we get a low start. And if I can get myself a 5.5 in this one at a good price, I will be taking it. So that is my only look in this game, is I'll be looking to take the over live after a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We'll have to see. Nick, Sabres and Canes, what do you think here?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I will be in attendance at this game today. This is about half an hour from my house here. Stonebreaker did put in the chat. Bovada has Carolina first period over half a goal at plus 150. I bet that. Even though I like Buffalo in this game, I mean, that's an error, because on most books that's a 1.5 at plus 160, plus 170, and get half at plus 150. That's a play I almost put 2 units on. That's a big mistake line, and I took advantage and I put a unit on that. And I have the Buffalo Sabres plus 2.5 in this game. I got it around minus 165. A little bit of juice, but if we look at what Buffalo's done the last 10 games, they've been one of those teams. They're not one of those teams that are out of the playoffs and are laying down and dying in these games. They are playing close games. They have kept games within 3 goals. They haven't lost by 3 or more in at least 10 straight games. The last time they did was on the 17th against Edmonton. I think that this is a game where it'll probably be like 3-1 type of game where we see a lower scoring. I'd lean under in this game a little bit, but I think they cover at least the 2.5 at the very least. And I took the mistake line of Carolina team total over half in the first period.
Hey, if they give you the mistakes, and thank you for commenting too, Stonebreaker. I believe you're new.
Yes.
Over, I guess it's still at plus 150. So
yeah, I don't know why they haven't changed that yet.
Yeah. So, Dana says it's so awesome you're going to the game. I still see over 6.
Yep. I'll be rocking this with my brother. So, and then we'll be at tomorrow's game as well when they play the Islanders, because that's my team.
All right. So you do have to go, Nick. There is 5 more games left. What do you think in this one, Seattle and Chicago?
I got the over 6 in this one at minus 125. I want nothing to do with either side. Lean towards the Kraken. If anything, I don't trust the Blackhawks at minus 150, minus 155, but over 6 in that matchup.
Leafs and Stars?
I got burned with this the other night. I'm going right back to an under in a Leafs game. I got under 6.5 in this one. I think the Dallas Stars can slow down this game a little bit, and this game finishes 4-2, something along those lines.
All right, Vancouver and Arizona.
Yeah, this one's a fun one here. I believe it's Harry Sateri in net. I believe he won gold with Sweden in the Olympics, and he's played in the KHL a little bit. I like that. I like their puck line tonight, +1.5. I got it at -130. It's now around -150. I think the Arizona Coyotes, at the very least, keep it close against Yaroslav Halak tonight. So, and I lean towards a draw in this game as well.
All right, the Flame Sharks.
Similar to the Vancouver game, I see a close game here. The Sharks have been playing a little bit more competitive hockey. They've been a little bit of a thorn in people's sides, and I took the Sharks at +1.5 at -135.
All right, final game of the night, Oilers and Kings.
I took the dog here. Give me the Kings at +110. Is what I got it at. I think that they're playing the better hockey, and I think this is one of those games where they're the home team. They're the underdog. I like that. I like the home dog. And I think that these two teams play against each other in the playoffs, which it's almost set to be like that. It was looking like that. The Kings win that series. So give me the Kings here tonight, +110.
All right. Thanks for coming, Nick. Have a great time at the game.
Yes.
I'm sure you will. I think the atmosphere should be pretty good because I think the Kings are going to come out.
Yeah, the Canes fans always come out when they're winning. So.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Nick. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
All right. Have a good one. Occupancy. Let's go back to the game that we were at. Buffalo, Carolina. What do you think here?
Yeah, no worries. Thanks in the chat too for saying, pointing out some of those mispriced lines. I definitely check those as well, and it's great to get multiple heads and looking in the same direction and getting good deals for us. I'm going to take a look at that for that first period over a half goal. There's a good look. Carolina's been shooting the puck a lot, 116 in their last three, more than any other team on the slate tonight besides Pittsburgh. So they're getting shots towards the net. It kind of seems like a Craig Anderson saves prop kind of night there. Not interested in the side or the price, or even really the total in this game, but should be a great hockey game, and cool for fans and not a whole lot for betting, but I will look at that play a lot as well.
All right. We'll jump into the next one here. Seattle is in Chicago, +130 for the Kraken, -154 for the Blackhawks. The total 6.5 in this one. Let's just say I will never bet the Blackhawks at -154. I don't care who they're playing, and especially when they're 0-3-2 in their last 5. Chicago's not been playing well. 4-2 to the over. 3 of 6 went to overtime. Kraken 4-4 in their last 8. 4 over, 3 under, 3 landed on 6. Teams have never faced each other in Chicago. Both teams have a bad road and home record. In this one, I would only be looking at the over here, but it's 6.5 +100. It's a lean to the over for me. I have not got to it yet. I'm not sure if I will or not. But I expect goals in this one. This could be another game where you look to bet the over live if it starts slow. But I don't like betting the Kraken this year. Even though they're playing okay, but they are coming off a back-to-back last night. And I'm definitely not taking the Blackhawks at -154. Zero chance. Occupancy. Kraken and Blackhawks. Any thoughts here?
Yeah, no, Terry, thank you for letting us know. It is cool to see like the Seattle team like starting to get playing in new arenas for the first time. I think as a hockey fan, that's really cool. Like I love that stuff, and yeah, I mean we all kind of know what this team has been doing this year. We've seen them, and I'm honestly I'm gonna ride with Terry here on this one. I'm just gonna be checking, when keeping this in mind. I have it written down to go in on a live over. Because trusting these teams to play solid defense for 60 minutes is probably not going to happen, and they'll probably get their 3 or their 2 each at least at a minimum. So looking towards like maybe an over 5.5, around that first TV timeout, or even into that second TV timeout would be great. 8-minute mark or something left in the first. Could be a really good price. So, we'll see with that one. Yeah, not interested in a side here.
All right. Jeffrey says, did he say Coyotes? Yes. Nick, for whatever reason, pronounces it Coyotes. So we do bug him about it sometimes. But yeah. Dana took the over in the Seattle game last night. Yeah. I'm not sure about this one. I would lean over, but not sure I'll get there. The next game is the Leafs are in Dallas facing the Stars. Minus 154 for the Leafs, plus 130 for the Stars. It's a total of 6.5 in this one. I'll start with my book, FanDuel. I'm not sure if people in the States can get the same odds boost or if it's just for people in Canada and Ontario where the book opened. But they actually had Leafs to score one or more goals plus 100. For Leafs to score one or more goals plus 100. Max you can put on is $50. But I have a hard time. So what I did is I looked at the stats. Toronto's last 10 games in Dallas. They've have not been shut out in any of those 10 games. So I bet the over one goal in the game for plus 100. So we'll see what happens there. I obviously hope the Leafs can score a goal in this one. The Leafs 5-0-1 in their last 6, 5 over, 1 landed on 7. So the total I did for there is 7. Their games have been soaring over. Dallas 7-2 in their last 9, 1 over, 5 under, 2-9 went to overtime. A pretty even record. Leafs on the road, Dallas at home. The Leafs 5-1 in their last 6 trips to Dallas, 6 over, 3 under. In this one, I'm looking at a Toronto money line and over 6.5 parlay. That's where I would lean. I'm not sure again if I'll get there or not. I'm thinking about it. I think the Leafs win this game. I think it's a high scoring game. So I'll see if I can get Leafs and over 6, and then I'll probably do that for sure. Occupancy, Leafs and Stars. What do you think here?
Yeah, Terry, it must be opening day in baseball or something because me and you are on the same page all the way down the line here. This game, look, I first started leaning with the Leafs for sure, and actually like 4 or 5 days ago I saw this on the schedule, and I was like, this is very clear. This is for Toronto. But then I kind of like looked at what was happening in the last couple of results, and guys, Toronto is they're not good at defense still. I mean, Giordano is a great addition, and they did well in the trade deadline, but they're still not. They're the stats like 49, 34, 32 in the last 3. That's too many shots, like I think against to, especially when you have kind of this goaltender coming back from an injury, and then a guy from Europe, and then Mrazek, so they just had it, like they have a weird thing going on. So I think the over, Dana, I think that's a good way to look at this as well. What I do like is Dallas team total over 2.5. I think that's a pretty safe play here because
Were you talking to Nathan, or are you guys just on the same?
Oh, we were talking. Yeah.
Oh, you were talking.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
No.
I was just gonna say. That would be pretty cool if you were both on.
Yeah, we pass ideas along a little bit here and there. He's been on the show and stuff. But yes, that would be a great thing to throw in a parlay. And I'm actually looking at that with the LA Kings team total over 2.5. But I want to take Dallas on the money line as well. So that's a place where I'm not sure I'll get to right away, but we'll be keeping an eye out for the price on that one's plus 135 right now, and that's pretty good.
You could probably get something live pretty nice if the Leafs do happen to go up. Because Leafs did have a huge lead against Florida, and well, obviously Florida, Dallas, different teams. But
Yeah,
Leafs did blow that big lead. So if you can get Leafs up a goal, you can probably get the Stars at like plus 240, 250, something like that, maybe.
absolutely, absolutely. And I like it's not one of the ones that I love as much as some of the other ones tonight. So it's not going to be like a endorsed like let's go for this one as a best. But I think it's a good look. But I can also see the Leafs winning. So not really rushing to either side here. But good hockey game. I hope I can get this on the TV or on the iPad or whatever. Because this should be a good one. So.
All right, we'll jump into the next one here. Vancouver played last night in Vegas, got the win. Unfortunately, I was on Vegas in that one. But Vancouver played very well, very good. They are in Arizona tonight, minus 174 for the Canucks, plus 146 for the Coyotes, total of 6 in this one. Vancouver, 3-4-3 in their last 10, 1 over, 6 under, 1 nighted on 6. Arizona, 2-2 in their last 4, 2 over, 2 under, 1 nighted on 6 in the last 5. Vancouver 19-14-4 on the road. Arizona 10-23-1 at home. The Coyotes 5-1 in their last 6 at home against Vancouver, 2 over, 6 under. I am not on anything officially in this game yet. I really like the earlier games better, but something's telling me the Coyotes. I don't know. I don't really like betting the Coyotes very much, but I am tempted. I will say that I'm tempted in this spot because, as Nick did say, yes, it will be Halak and net. The issue is I don't know what Sateri is going to do because he hasn't played in the NHL this year. So I don't know how he's going to play. I'm thinking over here, just discussing it, just listening to myself talk. I think the over 6 is a good play here. So we'll have to see if I get there. Occupancy, what do you think here? Canucks and Yotes?
Yeah, Terry, I'm with you. And just one thing I'll say is I don't like to bet Arizona Coyotes games because their data sucks. They they'll have like 18 shots in a game. They're weird. Like you really can't predict them. They're bad and they go on runs, but they're a weird team to like feel like cap. And then also like I don't really talk about this too much because of like everything going on. But I mean I watch a ton of KHL. So I actually watched Satiri play for Sabir this year, and he's not that good. Honestly, like he's like one of those goalies that like is decent, but even in that league, like I feel like I definitely saw him give up 2, 3, 4 goals, and I check his elite prospects and get his like actual stats, which I don't have in front of me. But I did watch a lot of his games overseas there, and I don't personally think he's that good. So Terry, I think you're right on it again. I think this is absolutely an overlook, and especially with the way Vancouver played yesterday. I mean, give them credit. Give them credit. They took a tough 2 points down in that stretch there, and I listened to some of that on the radio, and like, yeah, but so definitely leaning towards that 6, and yeah, that's probably going to be my only look for this game.
All right. Toller, welcome in. We are on the third last game, so we'll let you do a zip through on the earlier ones after we finish the last one. What do you think here, Canucks and Yotes?
Yeah, I think you guys kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. I mean, it just screams over. You got Halak, who all season has just not been good in net. I don't know what's going on. He sometimes has a good game, but even his good games, he's letting in like at least 3. Not saying that the Yotes are a powerhouse offensive team, but it doesn't take much to get past Halak. And then, like Occupancy said, if you've watched the KHL at all this season, I mean, you've seen there are goals galore. I haven't seen a standout goalie there this season that's like caught my eye. I can't personally say that I watched it enough to judge this new goalie that's coming in to where I have a very good standpoint on him. But I mean, I don't think he's going to be some breakout, amazing shutout goalie either tonight. So I definitely would take the over 6. I'd lean the Canucks if you were to go to a side just because they have way more motivation in this game. Arizona's sitting at bottom of it's like the second worst, I think, in the NHL almost. And then the Canucks are in a very tight race right now over in the Pacific. So I would definitely lean the Canucks money line, even though with the juice 174, if you took that combined with the over 5.5 on FanDuel with the money, a total parlay thing they have going on, I don't see a problem with half a unit on that by any means.
All right. Liam wants to know, do you like Columbus to go over?
The last game was what, 4-2, was it not? It landed on 6 just the other day. But
Yeah,
that was
they went under the other day.
and cross.
I was on the over because But...
I could see it hitting, but I do not trust Philadelphia to put up 3. I didn't last time. I definitely don't see him doing it here on the road. So if anything, try to catch it live. If they don't score in the first 5-10 minutes, try to get a 5.5. Other than that, no, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't play 6.5. Try to get a 6.
Yeah. All right, we'll jump into the next one here. The Flames are in San Jose, minus 188 for the Flames, plus 158 for the Sharks here. Calgary played last night, and they got the win there. Now they're heading to San Jose. The Sharks, I said it earlier in a different show, for some reason, San Jose does really well against Alberta teams. For whatever reason it is. Edmonton, Calgary, it doesn't matter. They play well against them. The Flames 4-2-1 in their last 7, 3 over, 3 under, 2 landed on 6. San Jose 1-4-1, 5 over, 2 under, 2 landed on 6. The Sharks have been having a tough time keeping the puck out of their net. But the Flames haven't really been scoring as much as of lately either. Flames have the better record here on the road than San Jose does at home. The Sharks 7-2 in the last 9 at home against Calgary. 3 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. I did not get to anything in this game. Obviously, Markstrom played last night, so it should be Vladar in net for the Flames. San Jose, have they confirmed yet? It'll be Reimer. Okay, so I like them a bit more. Kakinen, I feel so bad for him. He played not too good in the rest of his Minnesota career, and I was going to San Jose and played absolutely horrible. So the fact that it's Reimer, I might get a play here on the Sharks. I might get to it, but I'm not sure here. Occupancy, what do you think here, Flames and Sharks?
Yeah, the Flames are out in state of California. They are winning hockey games, and I don't know what's going to happen tonight with this one. Really situation where you look at the slate and there's a lot of other games on it. Do I really want to be getting involved in this one? Just going to maybe look for prices. I feel like San Jose, dude, the team total at minus 110 for the 2.5 is honestly an interesting look with Vladar in and just Calgary maybe being tired. I mean, I think Calgary can still win the game, but can Sharks get their 3 goals and not worry about winning? I think that could be reasonable too. I know you're not getting the nice plus money, but that's just one way to look at this. And then that's really it for me here.
All right. We will jump into the... Oh, no, Toller.
Nope.
Almost skipped you. I'm sorry. Flames and Sharks. So what do you think here?
Yeah, so Vladar, not the best. I would lean Sharks plus 1.5. Ever since you said it the other day, it's kind of been resonating in my head that the Alberta Sharks, because they really do play good against Alberta teams. And I think it was Nick who said it. I don't remember exactly who it was. But the Sharks right now, it's just, I don't know if it's a pride thing or what they're doing, but they're popping up out of nowhere sometimes. I would definitely lean plus 1.5 on them. Better goalie matchup. Like you said, they're putting Reimer in. Vladar's not that great. They're on a back-to-back. And I think last night was the night everybody expected Calgary to fold and fall to the Ducks. And so now they're like, oh, yeah, we've got They're good. They're back to normal. We can trust them again, and that's right when you don't want to trust them again. It was Nick, like I said it earlier, that the Sharks. Where I just lost my train of thought. Something with. Where did he go? The Sharks. Hold on, give me a second. I completely just went blank. I'll pop up back again with it later, but yeah, definitely lean Sharks plus 1.5. Oh yeah, he said that the Flames kind of peaked early, and ever since he said that, I also think that's a pretty good hypothesis. I think the hype around the league, everybody started putting futures on the Flames to win the whole Stanley Cup because they're going on a hot run. I think it kind of got to their heads, and they're not finishing out the stretch too strong, and the Kings are going to come up and sneak it out. So, yeah, Sharks plus 1.5. Sorry for the ramble, but I completely forgot my train of thought on that one.
I think you're muted.
Thank you. I would not even notice. We'll jump into the last game here, Edmonton and LA. The Oilers minus 134. The Kings are plus 114, a total of 6.5 in this one. Edmonton have won 5 straight, 7 over, 1 under in their last 8. 3 of the last 5 have gone to overtime. LA 3-2-2 in their last 7, 4 over, 3 under, 1 landed on 6. 3 of 7 went to overtime. Pretty even records here. Edmonton on the road, LA at home. The Kings 7-3 in the last 10 at home against Edmonton. 5 over, 1 under, 2 landed on 6. This one is a tough one. This one is tough. I can see why someone would take the Kings as an underdog here in this situation, but I don't really want to fade the Oilers either. So then you can look at the over 6.5. Goalies are Quick and Mike Smith. Mike Smith played very well in his last game. I don't really trust him to keep it going, but I don't want to take it over 6.5 at minus 120 here. So this game is a pass for me. Occupancy, what do you think here, Oilers and Kings?
Yeah, Terry, I'm with you here, and my numbers are showing something very similar here. I mean, Edmonton's putting out 24, 46, 40, and letting up 32, 32, 36. From the LA side, we got 29, 38, 32, and then 33, 27, 28. So that's a 110 to 100 and a 99 to 88. The numbers are too even. They're too close together for really any clear pattern in this. Or clear advantage. So I'm just going to stay off anything in that department and then be sticking to the Los Angeles side.
All right, Fuller, Oilers and Kings.
Yeah, this is one of those games. It's the end of the night. Haven't dove into it too much. If the night just absolutely goes into shambles, I'll probably pick a play here to try to make it just a decent night instead of a terrible night. Hopefully that's not the case, of course. But when situations like this, the way I pick these games are, like Occupancy just said, these teams are playing pretty evenly hockey right now. The Kings have a fire underneath them that for this playoff race that's just really boosted their level of play. And the Oilers, I've been saying it on this stream for weeks now, they don't have depth. They have their first line, and that's it. So if the Kings come out here motivated on the home ice, I think with the better goalie matchup in hand, they can sneak this one away. Whether or not it's going to be in regulation, I do not know, but we don't have to worry about that with them being the plus money line. I lean the Kings here. I think that Edmonton's game-winning streak stops tonight, and I think that the Kings pick it up with the help of their goalie. Wouldn't touch the total because I feel like it's either going to be a complete shootout or it's going to be a really low-scoring late-night game like we sometimes fall into. I don't know why, but every night there's always that one sleepy game that's just 2 or 3 goals and all. For some reason, I'm feeling like this is going to be it. So I wouldn't touch a total. Definitely going to lean the Kings for a side. But I'm not playing anything official just yet unless I have to later on in the night.
All right. I'll bring up the current standings for the show, and then we'll go through the other games quickly. Just if you don't have any thoughts, that's fine. Just say pass. But we'll run through the games you missed, Toller, Montreal, and New Jersey.
Habs are on a complete slide. Hammond's not too bad of a goal. Or not Hammond, sorry. Wait, who's in the net for the Devils?
Yeah, it's Hammond.
It is Hammond. Okay, yeah. Hammond's not doing too bad. So I'd lean Devils, but definitely wouldn't play it just because there's so many other better games tonight.
All right. Preds and Sens, your Predators.
I said it in the group chat just a little while earlier. This looks like a letdown spot for my Preds tonight. We have a look ahead for big game Saturday. We're coming off of a really undeserved win against your Wild. I even was backing the Wild that night. My Discord was not letting me live it down. I took Wild plus 1.5 on my parlays, and that still didn't even cover. So I lean Ottawa Senators plus 1.5, but I can't go against my Preds two or back-to-back nights, so I'm not playing anything official on this one. We need the win, though, so bad.
Yeah, Ottawa's had success against you guys. I like the over here.
And Ottawa's rolling right now. I think they won the past 3 in a row, right? Granted, 2 were back-to-back on Detroit, but still.
What do you think of Flyers and Columbus?
Oh, Columbus all day. I'm never going to trust Philadelphia for the rest of the season. Once Drew left, yeah, everything in that whole team left. Columbus all day.
All right.
And Elvis, yeah.
Pittsburgh and Rangers.
This is going to be a great game. I lean Jari just because the Rangers sometimes fumble on these big matchups. But I don't like them at minus 118 in a way. So more than likely not going to touch it. I do like the over, though.
Interesting. Yeah, me and Nick are on the Rangers. Sabres and Hurricanes.
Yeah, Carolina's going to have a bad taste in the mouth in the last game against Buffalo. But Buffalo have been wagons for us. They've just got officially knocked out for the 11th consecutive season. So they're either going to come out here and just have no motivation, or they're going to try to put some frustration out. And as we've seen, they can compete with the Canes. So if you can get the Buffalo plus 2.5, some books are even offering that plus 3.5 for a parlay piece. Definitely wouldn't be too shy from it because minus 400 for the Carolina is not worth it.
Exactly. The Kraken against the minus 154 Blackhawks.
The Coin Stealers versus the Shit Hawks. Unless you are, I'm a degenerate gambler. I bet odd and even on overseas basketball on my Discord. They know, and even I will not be betting on this game. So if you do, you sir need to call 1-800-GAMBLING.
Exactly. Leafs and Stars. I just want one Leafs goal because, as I said, FanDuel has the plus 100 for Leafs to score a goal. So
as soon as y'all put that in the chat, I look for it, but I believe it's Canadian only.
I think someone in the chat said that.
Because I would look to go max.
Yeah, I would have made that my best too if I could.
Man, I tried to max that. Yeah, Leafs the other night. I mean, you guys, as we saw, they were up 4-1. It was, and we saw what the Panthers can do. Dallas is a more defensive structured team. If they can slow down Toronto. And I feel like Toronto's going to be kind of just sitting there with their hands tied like, we weren't ready for this. We're not used to this because the past games they've just been able to just click and run through teams and kind of control the tempo there on their own. I could see the Stars sneaking this out. Got Ottinger starting, I believe.
No, it's Wedgwood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me the over then.
Yeah, I saw when someone said
Never
earlier
mind.
Wedgwood. I'm like, yes, because I have that Leafs over 1 goal and the Wedgwood's in that. So that's awesome.
I would even sprinkle goal in the first 5.
Nathan says the Preds have a tough schedule to close it out. He thinks his Stars are going to get ahead of you guys and get the top wild card spot.
That's why I was so disappointed the other night.
Really? Yeah, it's so important because the winner obviously faces Colorado. So, the whoever finishes in 8th will face Colorado. So
we don't need that.
Yeah, it should
especially the way Darcy's playing.
And that is it. So we will jump into the first segment, Dog of the Day. I'll scroll over here. I'm going with the Rangers. I was able to get them here at plus 100. I was able to get them here. Plus 100 now. I bet them earlier at minus 104, but they are now. I don't know why that's showing up great, but I'll have to figure that out. They are now plus 100, so you can take them here as a dog, which I did. Nick is going with the Sens. DJ and Melissa both went with Montreal. Nathan is going his Stars, and Vito went LA. Toller, what do you like here? Or do you like a dog of the day today?
My record's out the window for that as far as this season is. So let's just do it. Let's give me Kings just because I was so confident on them earlier in my breakdown.
Yeah, dog of the day. Like, hey,
I tried it, but
dog of the day, like that's great because that's tough to do. Sorry, I'll bring this up here. Occupancy. Is there a total that you like? Or sorry, is there a dog of the day that you like?
No, you're good. Yeah, Dallas today.
All right, you're also in Dallas. All right, and then we have over or under. This one was tough for me because there's a couple here that I like. But I went with the one that I didn't choose for my best bet. I went with Montreal, New Jersey over 6.5. I see goals. Lots of goals. Nick went with Toronto, Dallas under 6.5. DJ went with Edmonton, LA over 6.5. And Melissa went with Montreal, New Jersey, same as me, over 6.5. Toller, is there a total that you like today?
Is the Canucks line set at 6 or 6.5?
Let me check my.
It's 6. It's 6. That's the one I was gonna do.
Okay, then yeah, give me that over, especially with those goalies.
Vancouver/Arizona. Yeah, I actually like that one too.
Vancouver on a back-to-back. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going the same one.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. And then we'll move on along to best bets, best parlay pieces. I'm hoping that I get another, like last night with Tampa and Washington. That was, it looked like it was going to be an easy over because it soared over, and then the third period it was 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, and I was like, no, don't stay. And luckily, Tampa scored one. So I'd like a little bit of a less stressful total today. I'm going Nashville, Ottawa over 6. They've been soaring over when they played each other in the past, and they've been soaring over lately right now. So I'll go with the over there.
Especially first period.
Parlay piece, I went Montreal, New Jersey over 5.5. But actually, you know what? I am actually going to change that. I'm going to go Vancouver/Arizona over 4.5. Just because it's the 6 there, and then I already have that there. So I'm going to switch it up here. Vancouver, Arizona over 4.5, my parlay piece. Nick is going best bet, Sens money line, and he's going Arizona plus 2.5 as his parlay piece. DJ went with Ekman Larson over 0.5 point, and Matthews over 3.5 shots as his best parlay piece. Melissa went with Toronto team total over 3.5. Best bet, Vancouver money line as her parlay piece. Nathan is going with his Stars, Dallas money line plus 140. Best bet, Dallas team total over 2.5 as his parlay piece. So he's Dallas today. Vito, Carolina puck line, and Nashville money line as his best bet. Toller, what do you think here? Best bet?
I'm going to take CBJ money line. If I lose that to the Flyers, then I don't know what else to do.
Hey, you're in first place right now, and you got a little bit of a lead there. So
I'm trying to go safe build up right now. No plus money risk.
Best parlay piece?
I might regret this, but Sabres plus 2.5.
Plus 2. And I believe it was it was Noel asking about he wanted 3 NHL picks for his parlay. Here you go. Look at the parlay pieces. Occupancy, what do you think here for your best bet?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Refreshing the page for Igor is not available yet, but I'm going to still be good with Saros and Nash. Saros over 28.5, minus 120.
I can check if you want and see if it's at my other book. If you want,
I'm cool with Saros. Yeah. I mean, if you want to check, that's fine. But either one of those, will be official tonight.
Saros better get more than 28 saves.
I got it up here. Oh yeah, he's not listed. Yeah, I guess because he's not confirmed. That's why it is. He's not confirmed yet. So you're going to go Nashville, Saros over how many saves?
28.5.
He better, man. I'm gonna be mad.
And what's the odds for that?
Minus 120.
Toller will find Columbus money line. We'll for you after. And parlay piece occupancy.
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles plus
1.5. No, just straight up.
Los Angeles money line.
A plus money parlay piece?
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Occupancy says Los Angeles money line. The underdog there.
Go boost your parlays, everybody.
I would go LA plus 1.5, LA plus 2.5. But hey, he's confident. So, and that is it. That is everything. That is the show. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Smash the like button if you haven't yet. Hit the like button. Oh, we have a question here. Nothing on DK for Igor either. Do you like quick over 26.5 occupancy?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, Edmonton 24, 46, 40, 4, and LA's been let up 33, 27, 28. So, yeah, it's probably right. I think it gets there. I think it gets there. Yeah,
it's close though, right?
Yeah, it's close, but I think it would. Yeah.
All right, and Jeff likes Rangers making his card. No one likes Leafs puck line at plus 160. I don't know. I just want a Leafs goal. That's all I want. But I guess smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Best of luck to everybody tonight. MLB show every day, Monday to Saturday, 3:30 p.m. This show every day, Monday to Saturday, 4:30 p.m. And we will see you back again tomorrow for another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. Have a good one, guys.